Entropy means the energy that is not useful for do the work. Do you understand? The energy that is unavailable for doing useful work. This is the best meaning of entropy. You know, entropy and of course thermodynamic has so complicated formula and so complicated meanings, but we don't have enough time to say this complicated part. And of course you are a biologist, and I think it's not necessary for you to know that formula, and I hate this part too because I don't like math. How about you? Do you agree with me? The complicated formula are not necessary for us. So because the work is obtained from ordered molecular motion, the amount of entropy is also a measure of the molecular disorder or randomness of a system. The concept of entropy provides deep insight into the direction of spontaneous change for many everyday phenomena. Its introduction by Mr. Rudolf Clausius in 1850 is a highlight of 19th century physics. In fact, this person in about 170 years ago understand the meaning of energy. Okay, now tell me about the spontaneous reaction. How is entropy in a spontaneous reaction? Does it increase or it decrease? Please answer. Why the other students don't come? Mr. Forrest, can I ask you something? To do something? Can I ask you to do something for me? No, Mr. Mortaza, it increases. In a spontaneous reaction, it increases. I will tell you more about it. Mr. Forrest, please write the name of the students that are present in the class. Being present in class is important to me, okay? And I will consider a score for it. آقای فارس لطفاً به دوستاتون بگید حضور برای من اهمیت داره و من یک نمره رو براش در نظر میگیرم. مرسی. و اسامی بچه هایی که الان حضور دارن هم لطفاً برای من یادداشت کنید بفرستید بعد از کلاس. سپاسگزارم. So in spontaneous reactions, the entropy of the system or the entropy of the reaction will increase. For example, imagine after we die, our body will decompose. What happens to our body after we die? It's a kind of a spontaneous reaction, isn't it? After we die, the entropy of our body will increase, and because of it, we decompose it. Do you understand what I mean? Is it clear? It's a kind of spontaneous reaction. And all the energy that we consume in all the days of our life is for fighting with this positive entropy. We don't want the entropy to be positive because we want to be alive. We don't want our body to be decomposed. But after we die, this mechanism will stop and the entropy will be more than zero. It will increase. How about universe? The entropy of the universe. This is the formula of entropy, and it's not necessary for you to use it because the problems are very complicated and are not necessary for a biologist to understand them. It's important to you just to understand the concept of entropy. And if you look at my slides, they are not full because I believe that if you understand something less, but they be intelligible, they be understandable, is much better than you have a lot of content, but the students don't understand it. So I will tell you less content, but you should understand all of them because they are not very complicated and I think they are simple. So this is the, as you look at this is a discrete random variable x with possible outcomes x1 and x2 and etc. Will occurs with probability of p. But it's not necessary for you to understand it and for solving the problems with this formula. Just be familiar with it. Now I want to tell you something important and of course something interesting about S and delta S. Entropy and that we can show it with S, and change in entropy that is shown by delta S is a state function and is a measure of disorder or randomness. A positive entropy change means an increase in disorder. In spontaneous reaction, the disorder will be more and more, and so it increases. Does spontaneous reaction need energy or they make energy? Do they need energy or they make energy? S means entropy. This is, we show entropy by S. Mr. Ahmad. We show entropy by S. E is measurement of disorder or randomness. Spontaneous reaction, do we need energy for it? Last section I told you about the spontaneous reaction. Are they exergonic or endergonic? Are they exothermal or endothermal? Please think. Okay, the universe tends toward increase in disorder. Because of it, we say all the universe is expanding all the days. Do you understand me? The universe is expanding because it tends toward increase in disorder, and this is a spontaneous phenomena. All spontaneous changes occur with an increase in entropy of universe. Is it clear? I don't know why I think you don't understand, because you don't answer me. The sum of entropy change for system and surrounding must be positive for a spontaneous process. I told you in spontaneous reactions, delta S, what is the meaning of delta S? Please tell me. What's the meaning of delta S? S is entropy. But what is the meaning of delta S? Yes, change in entropy. The sum of entropy changes for the system and surrounding must be positive for a spontaneous process. This is the delta S of universe. Here, univ means universe. The delta S of universe is equal to the delta S of system plus delta S surrounding. SURR means surrounding, okay? So delta S of universe is equal to delta S of a system plus delta S of surrounding. Imagine we have a system. This is our system. This is our system, okay? And here, all here is the environment that surrounds this system, okay? The delta S of the system plus the delta S of surrounding is plus to delta S of universe is equal to delta S of universe. And the delta S of universe tends to be positive or negative. The delta S of universe tends to be positive or negative. Positive or negative? The delta S of universe tends to be positive, yes. Because the universe tends to be irregular, tends to be random, okay? I want to tell you some important parts according to second law of thermodynamics. Listen to me carefully. In a reversible process, the total entropy of the system plus its surrounding is unchanged. In a reversible process, the total entropy of the system plus its surrounding is unchanged. But in a irreversible process, what is the meaning of irreversible process? A process that we cannot bring it back. When it happened, we cannot do anything. So in an irreversible process, the total energy of the system plus its surrounding increase. It means the spontaneous reactions are irreversible. The spontaneous reactions are irreversible. And the universe tends toward disorder or randomness, and delta S cannot be less than 0. The delta S of the universe cannot be less than 0, and it's all the time positive. Because of it, we say, do you know what's the meaning of universe? Universe means جهان خلقت. کل جهان. All the world. The total, all the worlds. This is the universe. And the delta S of universe is positive, and it's irreversible reaction. All the reactions are irreversible in all over the universe. The following is a list of things that increase or decrease entropy. These are something important, so they are important for your exam too. Please know them. The entropy of gases, liquids, or solids. Which of them is more? The entropy of which of them is more? Gases, liquids, or solids? Yes, gas. Gases has higher entropy than liquids, and liquids has higher entropy than solids. Which of these following have higher entropy? Low pressure or high pressure? Low pressure or high pressure? Low pressure or high pressure? No, low pressure has higher entropy than high pressure. When you have a high pressure, so the molecules will be more compact, and when we have more compactabilities, we have less. You understand what I mean? Low pressure here, low pressure has higher entropy than high pressure. Because in low pressure, the molecules are distanced from each other, and so they can have more move than in high pressure. No. High pressure makes the molecules more regular. You understand, Mr. Mortaza? When we have high pressure, like gases, when you have gases in a let me tell you an example. Imagine we have a container. Okay, this is our container. Okay, and we have a big container, a bigger container, like a room. For example, here is a room. And we have odor gas. We have odor gas in a room, and we have odor gas in a small container. So the pressure in the small container is more than the pressure in the room. How is the entropy in these two systems? The entropy of odor gas in container is more or in the room? entropy of O2 gas in room is more or in container? Yes, in room, because the pressure is less. Okay. The other is dilute solutions have higher entropy than concentrated solution. About the entropy, which of these cases have more entropy? Dilute solution or concentrated solution? Dilute solution or concentrated solution? Yes, dilute solution. Because the molecules have enough space to move. Imagine we have some NaCl, okay? Undissolved NaCl and dissolved NaCl in water. Which of them has more entropy? Which of them has more entropy? Undissolved NaCl or dissolved NaCl in water? Which of them has? Yes, dissolved one. The NaCl that is dissolved in water, because the molecules has take part from each other. They are far from each other. So look at number 4. Dissolved substances has higher entropy than undissolved substances. So number 2, this is true. This has more entropy than undissolved substances. Do you understand? Dissolved substances has more entropy because the molecules are far from each other. And the other one, number 5, entropy increases with the increasing of temperature. Entropy increases with the increase of temperature. I think it's clear. In dissolving NaCl, when you have more temperature, when your temperature is more, you can dissolve more NaCl in water, yes? For example, in 20 centigrade degree, the NaCl that you can dissolve in water is less than the NaCl that you can dissolve in water in 100 degree. So the entropy increases with increasing of temperature. Please know these ones, and this slide is very important for my exam. I will ask you some question in my exam from this slide. This is an important slide, okay? Now I want to talk about free energy. Free energy. What is free energy? I told you delta S is the energy that we cannot use it. It cannot be used for useful work. But free energy, is it useful or useless energy? Useful energy or useless energy? انرژی آزاد انرژی مفید هست یا انرژی غیر مفید؟ Free energy. Is it useful energy or useless? Yes. Just as all molecules have intrinsic enthalpy and entropy values as given condition of temperature, pressure, and force, so they all have different amount of a specific type of energy defined as energy that is available for doing work. Energy that is available for doing work is free energy. The energy that is available for doing work is free energy. This is called the free energy and is honored of American scientist Willard Gibbs and denoted as G and sometimes referred to as Gibbs free energy because a person that understands the meaning of free energy, his name was Willard Gibbs, and so we call free energy sometimes as Gibbs free energy. Spontaneous chemical reaction. Look at here, spontaneous chemical reaction always resulting decrease in delta G. That is negative delta G. Delta G is negative in a spontaneous reaction. Why? Because delta S is very big and is much more than delta H, so the delta G will be negative. So how is delta G in a spontaneous reaction? Yes, Mr. Hossein. In a spontaneous reaction, delta G is positive or negative? Negative. Why? Why delta G is negative in a spontaneous reaction? Why? Because delta S is very big and is more than 0. So delta G is negative in a spontaneous reaction. فارسی هم توضیح بدم. فارسی ببینید در یک واکنش خود به خودی چون دلتا اس خیلی بزرگه، دلتا اس مثبته، پس دلتا جی منفی میشه. در یک واکنش خود به خودی که بی‌نظمی افزایش پیدا میکنه، دلتا اس افزایش پیدا میکنه، دلتا جی منفی میشه و واکنش های خود به خودی با افزایش دلتا اس همراه هستند و کل جهان هستی the universe دائم در حال بزرگ شدن و گسترده شدن، در حال انبساطه. چرا؟ چون دلتا جیش روز داره افزایش پیدا کنه. دلتا جی یونیورس داره هی افزایش پیدا میکنه. به همین دلیل جهان داره منبسط میشه. is expanding. Is it clear? Okay. If the reactants and products are all in their thermodynamic standard states, then the defining equation is written as delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. What is delta G? Please tell me. What is delta G? What does delta G means? I want to review. What does the free energy? Changes in free energy. And free energy is the useful energy that we can use it for doing work. Free energy is a useful energy that we can use it for doing work. How about delta H? From last section. From last section, you can remember it. It's the energy produced or absorbed by a reaction. Enthalpy means the energy that is produced or absorbed by a reaction. How about T? What is T? What is T? T. What is T? Do you remember it from high school? Temperature, yeah. And how about delta S?
Sure.
I told you delta G in a spontaneous reaction is positive or negative? Negative. And how about delta S? Delta S in a spontaneous reaction is delta S in a spontaneous reaction is positive. Yeah. Okay. Until now, we had reviewed some important concepts in thermodynamics. First of all, I told you about the thermodynamics law, yeah? We told you 4 thermodynamic law. Do you remember them? Do you study them? The thermodynamics law. And then I told you something about delta H, enthalpy, delta S, entropy, and delta G, free energy. Do you think that these laws are important in our body? What happens in our body? What role do they play in our body? I mean, entropy, enthalpy, and other factors of thermodynamics. What's the role of them in our body? Do you remember anything? What is the role of them in our body? In the reactions that happen in our body. Look at this picture. Do you understand anything from this picture? This one and this one. Do you have the book Leninger Biochemistry? Leninger Biochemistry. Do you have the book, this book? You have Leninger Biochemistry. This is a book. Do you have it or do you study it? No. None of you know anything about it? Okay, this is a good book for biochemistry, and in fact it is a reference book, and we can refer to it for some concepts. These two pictures are from this book, Leninger Biochemistry, and I want to ask you for interpreting these two pictures, interpreting these two pictures for next section. Leninger. Leninger. Leninger Biochemistry. Leninger is the name of the writer. Leninger is the name of the writer of the book. You can download it. You can download the book easily from internet. You can download it. But for next section, when is our next section? Today at 1:00 p.m. Today at 1:00 p.m. I want to tell you something about delta S in our body. Delta S in our body. And these two pictures are talking about delta S in our body and how they can help some reaction to be happen. These two pictures are very important for my exam, and I promise you to give some question from these two pictures. So you should learn them very good. These are two examples of delta S in the reactions of our body. So, next section that will be held on 1:00 p.m. I want to interpret these two pictures, and I want you guys to study about these two pictures. Look at them and try to interpret it. And I want to tell you a guidance. These are about delta S. فارسی هم میگم. جلسه بعدی که یک بعد از ظهر امروز برگزار میشه، میخوام راجع به این دوتا تصویر صحبت کنم و میخوام از حالا تا اون ساعت راجع به این دوتا تصویر فکر کنید و یک راهنمایی میکنم درباره دلتا اس هستن. اینکه چطور دلتا اس در بدن ما باعث میشه که یک سری از واکنش ها اتفاق بیفتن. من ساعت 1 از شما میپرسم و هر کس بتونه توضیح بده و تفسیر کنه این عکس رو، من یک نمره مثبت positive score، یک نمره مثبت برای امتحان در نظر میگیرم. باشه؟ You understand me? Is it clear? آقای فارس، اگر کسی از دوستان متوجه نشده لطفا شما بهشون توضیح بدید. که ساعت 1 میخوام تفسیر این دوتا عکس رو کسی بلد باشه به من بگه. Think about them. Think about these two pictures. این دوتا عکس خیلی مهم هستن و حتما یک سوال امتحانی از این دوتا عکس میدم. سوال؟ any question؟ سوال یا مشکل؟ Any question, any problem? If you have any question or any problem about the lessons or about my teaching, please tell me. اگر سوال یا مشکلی درباره درس یا نحوه گفتگوی من، نحوه درس دادن من وجود داره، لطفاً به من بگید. Nothing? آقای فارس، شما لطفاً باز به عنوان نماینده من از بچه ها بپرسید. اگر کسی مشکل یا سوالی داره یا پیشنهادی داره لطفاً به من بگید. Mr. Ali asked me, how do you get the question about the exam? من یه سری سوالات بهتون میگم به عنوان نمونه سوال. I will give you some question as a sample, as an examples, and you can use them. And for example, today I told you that one of my question will be about one of these two pictures. در طول ترم بهتون میگم یه سری سوالات مهمو. I will tell you the important questions. What about that the exam? I don't know, is it testy or not? Test exam or descriptive exam? How do you like? Test exam or descriptive exam? امتحان تستی یا تشریحی؟ Test exam or descriptive exam? Which of them is your favorite? Test exam or descriptive exam? Testy. Test exam or descriptive exam? Use dictionary, please. When you don't understand what I mean, you can use dictionary. Test exam or descriptive exam. تشریحی. I should ask Dr. AD, I don't know that, or when the classes are not online, we usually have descriptive exam. But now that I don't know, how should I get exam, descriptive one or test one? I will ask and tell you. What is the meaning of اختیارات? You mean what I like? When you say اختیارات, you mean what I like? I do what I like? I understand. Excuse me. I didn't know what is the meaning of اختیارات in Arabic. I didn't know. So you like test exam? I will ask. I should ask it from a university, and I will tell you that how is our exam. But I will give you some important questions as examples, and I told you, for example, I told you these two pictures are very important. I will give you one or two questions from these two pictures. So please study them very carefully. هر جلسه اون بخش‌های مهم رو بهتون میگم. I will tell you the important parts each section. What happened? Well, you went out from the class. Don't worry about the exam. Just try to understand the lessons. Don't worry about the exams. You are here for understanding, for learning, not just for giving exam. Okay? You are here for learning, not just for exam. If you don't have any question, I want to finish the class, and our next section is at 1 o'clock p.m. Come to class 1 p.m. and I want you to look at these two pictures and interpret it. For next section, please interpret these two pictures. Each of you that be able to interpret it, I will give him or her a positive score. One score for exam. If anyone be able to interpret these two pictures, okay? هر کس این دو تا عکس رو جلسه بعد تفسیر کنه، هر کس جلسه بعدی که ساعت 1 هست این دو تا عکس رو تفسیر کنه، 1 نمره بهش میدم. 1 نمره امتحان اضافه بهش میدم. باشه؟ Thank you. Okay, you can go. Finished.